We were talking a little bit about the NFL. Pat McAfee, one of the finest kickers in the NFL, retired over the winter and
hung it up.
Now, do you think you might unhang it up? Do you think that would ever happen?
Oh.
Are you in, let's just say, first question is, if you were to go out right now and kick for let's say the preseason game, how would you do? Do you think? Do you think you're in?
I would dominate.
Do you still have it?
I would dominate. Attaboy.
having more or less not really trained for it.
Yeah, I still got it.
Do you think you got it?
He
went out,
just kicked against,
Tim Howard,
the U.S. men's soccer team.
I kicked some soccer balls against Tim Howard, and the week before that, we went out and kicked some balls.
Yeah, you want to watch something hilarious? Watch a bunch of idiots trying to catch his punts.
Yeah.
They're not. It's like not normal. It defies physics. Like the ball goes up, and you're like, oh, you start running back, like, oh, it's going real deep, and it will stop in midair, turn, and come down like a bullet.
Yeah, they drop like a hammer, don't they?
Yeah, it's a crazy. I don't know how people catch them.
I bruised the guy's arm. That was pretty good. I beat up somebody's chest. I feel pretty good. That's my first day punting, though, or kicking a football since retiring, surgery, no rehab specific for kicking, and I just wanted to make sure I could still kick balls because Tim Howard and I were supposed to kick against each other. And
so do you think, if the phone rings in October, someone says, Mr. McAfee, we'd like you to come kick. How does that work?
Do they have a chance for a Super Bowl?
Okay, let's just say they have a chance at a Super Bowl. Does Mr. McAfee go, I'd consider that?
Well, they need to give me like 3 weeks so I can get clean and pass a marijuana test. First things first.
At least you're honest.
First things first. Sorry. They need to send me a text.
Yep.
We're going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Pat, we're kind of thinking about you. Here's your heads up.
Hey,
So let me ask you
hey,
this.
Pat, you got about 20 days before we're going to make a good playoff push.
The NFL is a small world, so I'm assuming that the world of special teams coaches.
Yeah, I got a lot of people.
Do you have an agent still?
No, I've never had an agent.
Okay, so if they'd have to track you down, which isn't that difficult because they could just go to Pat McAfee Inc. on Facebook.
Thank you. Good plug. That was a professional radio show host plug.
There you go. Very good. So let me ask you this. You were a kicker for the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still own you technically in the world of...
I think that's how it works. I think they have my rights. And
so would they have to negotiate with the team to get you?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to go kick a ball again, it's going to be with a horseshoe on the side of your head.
That's one of that. Once again, we continue. That was not Charles Bronson.
No,
It was
very close, yeah.
That may have been a better Charles Bronson than Jimmy.
That was Jim Irsay.
So you later in the season, if you had a Super Bowl contender, you would consider kicking again.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would want to bring me in because, I mean...
Would they make you audition, if you will?
No. I think people know what's going to happen. I could just kick the hell out of balls. I mean, that's what I've been doing my whole life. I'm pretty good at it. But it would be so hard for me just to jump back into that. I hated day-to-day in the NFL. People were like, why did you... I hated it. I mean, we're sitting... I mean, it's a great paycheck, but boy, I really got sick of it all. So, like, getting back into that as opposed to waking up and working with, my best friends would be a very interesting thing. But if it was somebody I was friends with, I enjoyed their team, I liked the way they did things.
If you could just do it for a few weeks and call it a day.
Yeah. If it was like, hey, man...
I think it'd be cool for I think the guys that run Barstool, the company that you work with, they'd be probably pretty happy. Hey, wait a minute. Pat's going to take a few weeks off to go join the NFL.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Have you asked them about that?
My friends all don't. Every time I go kick balls, all my friends go, hey, have fun, but not too much fun.
Yeah. we enjoy being paid.
It's not.
Looks like you're losing a little bit there, Pat. Boy.
Let's have fun. But
think about returning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Now, you mentioned how difficult it is to catch the balls. Think about it, Todd. If you were on a football field with professional athletes, some of the best athletes in the world, running at you full speed.
The meanest, scariest
men on earth. You've got to make that decision.
Yeah.
Do I go fair catch or do I take this baby and run?
It amazes me. Like, I will never watch football the same again, knowing that. Like, how hard it is. And it hurts if the ball hits you wrong. Like, it's
I think every sports writer should be required to suit up.
Absolutely.
have a guy running at him full speed and before he second guesses a fair catch call.
I feel real good about my ability to embarrass people if I want them. Like, there's some times where some writers have been like, hey, I want to catch some of your punts. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then they always back out. Because I feel like I have a couple punts in my bag that will literally bruise people, and they do. Like they actually bruise people.
It comes down like that one that turns over and then just goes
Straight down.
straight vertically. It just drops like a ball. I've never seen anything travel so fast.
That's my nuke, guys.
And you plan that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You put some kind of weird spin on it?
Now, if I miss hit it, I can do it like on the field, like with my friends a lot more. Because if I miss hit that in the game, it's like a 14-yard punt. And boy, that's a high risk operation there.
Yeah.
But if you hit it clean, it's a nuke. Comes straight down.
So if I'm getting this straight, you're not really having any second thoughts about your decision to retire at a young age.
No.
But if a Super Bowl contender gave you a phone call, say in November, if you had once again a 3-week hiatus to get clean,
Yeah, I need 20 days.
to de-cush,
Not that he's looked into it.
to
But he needs 20 days.
to
D-Kush.
D-Kush.